everyone, it's Hillyn at 5-Minute Drummer, and this lesson is about how to play the verse of Cult of Personality. So let's get started. The verse is really just 3 phrases. The first 2 are really similar, and the third has something new happening. There are 3 main grooves in this section, and so let's break it down. The first phrase of the song, of the verse, is going to sound like this. And so basically what you're doing is the main groove of the song is bass, snare, bass, bass, snare. And you're going to play that 2 times, closed hi-hat, with a crash on the first measure. And then from there, you're going to go into just a straight bass, snare on the third measure with crashes on 1 and 3. And you're going to open the hi-hat into the crash. And then on the 4th measure, you're going to crash back into that bass, snare, bass, bass, snare groove. And so again, it'll sound like this. Here's measure 1, 2, here's 3, straight, back to the groove. And so that is the first phrase. The second phrase is almost identical, except for you're not going to be crashing on the bass snare part on that third measure. So the second phrase sounds like this. Bass, snare, here's measure 1. Bass, bass, here's the straight on 3. And back to that groove. And I started opening the hi-hat in the last and of 4 because it's going to lead us into this little tag that is the third phrase of this of the verse. So there's like a 2-measure tag, which is just like a little extension of in between the 2 phrases. And I might not be using that term correctly, but it's like a little extra bit here to lead us into the next part of the verse. And so that is just bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare with crashes on that first and second measure, which will sound like this. So here is that little piece. And that leads you right into the third phrase. The third phrase has also a new groove in it, and the new groove sounds like this. And so if you haven't played something like that before, basically you have this little in-between 16th note on the snare drum, and you can tackle this by just breaking it up in either half measure or in beat by beat. So let's go beat 1 and beat 2, which will look like this. 1, 2, and up. And you notice I'm just going right, left. 1 and 2 and up. And then you have the second half of the beat, which is second half of the measure, which is 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And so if you put it together, 1, 2, and up, 3 and 4. And it does that 2 times. So here's the third and final phrase of the verse until we do a time signature shift. The interesting thing about this last phrase is that it is actually 5 measures long, which is different than the other 2 phrases. So this one is going to be, I'll count it out for you while we do it. So the first 2 measures are that new groove, then it goes bass, snare on the third measure, then bass, snare, bass, bass, snare on the 4th measure, then bass, snare on the 5th measure. And so it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. So that's the last phrase. And then that leads you right into the time signature change, which is in 3/4. So there's 4 measures of 3/4, and on the last measure, there's a little fill where you're going to fit 4 quick strokes over the space of half a beat or an 8th note. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. leads you into the bridge. So 3 musical phrases, a time signature shift, and then you're into the bridge. If you're getting value out of this kind of lesson, out of this series, then go ahead and click subscribe and get notifications for when the next lessons come out so you can continue to learn the song. And that also helps me know what people are liking and what they're not liking, so I can change things around if I need to. Yeah, so stick around for the next lesson all about the bridge.